You don't need to fix your life. You need to slow down. We want the fast life. We want the everything to come so fast. And I get that. But sometimes we just gotta slow down. Everything online is telling you to do more, to be more, to wake up earlier, to glow up faster. But what if the reason that you feel stuck is because you haven't given yourself a second to even breathe? If I could just be more disciplined or more consistent or more motivated, then I'd finally be that girl. The one who has her life together, the one who wakes up early and drinks her water and journals and works out and eats healthy and posts consistently and somehow still has energy to be happy. And every time I couldn't keep up with that version of myself, I thought I was failing. But here's what I'm starting to realize. I wasn't failing. I was overwhelmed. There's a difference, and nobody really talks about that part. I feel like we look at other people and we try to be them, right? Or we try to take on what they're doing. But sometimes we just need to slow down and figure out what works for us. Get motivation, get what you need from it. But everything doesn't always work the same how it would for you versus them. Because when you're overwhelmed, everything just feels so heavy. Even the smallest things, like posting a video feels like pressure. Getting out of bed can feel like a task. Even doing things you want to do somehow feels like too much. So what do? You start over again and again and again, every Monday, every new month, this time I'm serious, but nothing sticks, right? And if that's you, you're not broken, you're just tired. So instead of giving you another list of things you need to fix about your life, I want to talk to you like I would if you were sitting right next to me. Because lately, I've been learning that the real glow up doesn't come from doing more. It comes from learning how to slow down without feeling guilty, because we feel guilty, right? We feel like we should be doing something, especially as women. We just feel like we should be doing and doing and doing and doing. And that's not our true nature. Like, we have to slow down. I think a lot of us are moving so fast that we don't even realize how we feel anymore. Or not even anymore, just like at all. We wake up, we pick up our phones and scroll, we compare, we rush. I know I do. I rush and we overthink and plan, and then the next thing, boom, you stressed. And then we wonder why we feel so disconnected from ourselves. But how can you feel confident if you don't even feel yourself? You don't even know what you're feeling because you're here, you're there. Confidence isn't just built. It's something that is meant to be felt. And you can't feel anything if you never slow down long enough to even notice it, to even feel it. I used to be so focused on becoming that girl that I completely ignored who I already was. I was already that girl, basically. I thought confidence was something I had to earn. Like I had to reach a certain level before I could finally feel good about myself. And there is no level where you have to be to feel good about yourself. You can feel good about yourself now. You don't become confident after you fix your life. You become confident when you stop treating yourself like a project. There were days I didn't post, not because I didn't have time, but because I was overthinking everything. I was thinking, what if it's not good enough? What if nobody cares? And what if I look stupid, kind of? I don't think I could ever look stupid, but what if I just look like, I don't know what I'm doing? And instead of just showing up, I would sit there stuck in my head, overthinking. And the craziest part, nobody was judging me as hard as I was judging myself. So lately, I've been trying something different. Not perfect, not a complete transformation, just different. I stopped trying to fix everything at once. Instead of rebuilding my entire life overnight, I started asking, what's one thing I can do today that feels good? Not impressive, not productive, just good. And that changed everything. And then also talking to my future self, like, it may be a little challenging now, but I know one thing for sure, that my future self is going to thank the person that I am today. She's going to thank the person that stayed consistent, that showed up no matter what, when even if it didn't feel good, even if it didn't feel perfect, even, I still showed up. And I think that's all that matters. I'm not looking for my videos to be perfect. I just want something that's real. I want to be felt more than anything. I want somebody to look at this video and feel connected with what I am saying. And that's all that matters to me. I started giving myself permission to move slower. I started to give myself grace for those times where I do get a little distracted and I feel like I don't want to do the video. I choose one or two things and I let that be enough. Because burnout doesn't come from doing nothing. It comes from expecting yourself to do every single thing. I started talking to myself differently and started saying, I'm figuring it out. I'm allowed to grow at my own pace. I'm doing more than I think. Because the way that you talk to yourself, that becomes the way you experience your life. You don't need to rush your growth. You don't need to have everything figured out. And you definitely don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You just need to stop being so hard on yourself while you're trying. Because the truth is, you're not behind. You're just finally becoming aware. And awareness can feel uncomfortable, but it's also where everything starts to change. So if you've been feeling stuck or overwhelmed, or like you keep starting over, this is your reminder. You don't need to fix your life. You need to slow down and meet yourself where you are. We're not rushing this. We're not forcing this. We're figuring this out together. I'll see you in the next one.